Hi. So, what is a bisexual ally? Well, you know me, I like words. So the first thing I did when I was asking myself this question is I went to the dictionary and looked up the word ally. An ally is a group of individuals that work together to accomplish a goal. That's very reasonable, right? So, what is the goal? Well, the goal would be whatever the organization agrees that it is. So let's say that you were an American in the 1700s, and you get together and you say, we want independence from the British. We all know that happened. So who would be considered our ally in this venture? Well, there's a group that's really far away and there's a group that's really close. The group that's really far away are the French, and the French are willing to give us money and guns and some inside information to help free us from the British. I would consider those guys to be an ally, even though they're very far away and very different from the Americans. And they're the other colonists who look like you, who act like you, who live where you live and have the same challenges that you have. They might even attend your meeting and say all the right things. But then, inside, they're loyalists to the British Empire, and actually what they're doing are things that are helping you not become independent from the British Empire. So are these colonists, even though they look like you and act like you and talk like you, are these colonists considered to be allies? In my opinion, they are absolutely not. In fact, they would be part of your problem. Okay, so let's put this into a modern day context, which is the purpose of me making these videos. So, let's say that you are a bisexual person, and you consider yourself to be an ally of the gay community. Well, what is the goal of the gay community? The gay community, their goal, I assume, is to become a stronger community and to help gay individuals become stronger as individuals. And they have certain issues that they deal with, like being abused by non-gay people, and sometimes gay people, because they're gay, or they have problems coming out, or they have problems finding community, or finding a sense of self. These are very real problems. So if you are considering yourself an ally of the gay community, then you are saying that you are willing to help them accomplish their goals. And within that is a certain level of selflessness. So let's use a very realistic example, one that's been mentioned to me a couple of times. Let's say that there is a group called Lesbians Meet. Okay, so we all know that there are many groups of lesbians and they meet and they talk about stuff. And you're a bisexual woman. And you consider yourself an ally of the gay community. If a group is called Bisexual Women Meet, then it is a space where lesbians, if a group is called Lesbian Women Meet, it is a group of lesbians that are looking for a safe space in order to explore who they are without being judged and without kind of the hang-ups of being around the male experience. That is not an unreasonable request. That is a very reasonable request. So if you are a bisexual woman and you feel that you can insert yourself into that community without asking, without kind of checking what the rules are and why the purpose of the group is there, would you be acting like an ally to the gay community in this instance? My opinion is that you're not, because as an ally, you are obligated to act selflessly towards the community to help them accomplish their goals. And in this case, where lesbians might need a safe space to be outside the influence of men, this, in my opinion, is not an act of an ally. Now, the bisexual community. What does it mean to be an ally to a bisexual community? Well, the bisexual community also has a goal. Our goal is to become a stronger community and to empower the individuals within the community. Why, you might ask? Because bisexuals think about and commit suicide at 7 times that of straight people and 3 or 4 times that of bisexuals. Because bisexual women are the subject of rape way more than any other group of women, because we have all these health issues that need addressing, and on top of that we have problems coming out. We have problems of various psychological natures because we are erased from society often. So those are our goals. So let's say, for example, that there's a group and they use bisexual or a B in their name. And they use that identity to help raise millions of dollars for their group. And they raise a lot of that money from bisexuals because, of course, bisexuals outnumber gay and lesbians combined, not meaning any specific group. But they use that in their name, and then once they have that money, they designate almost none or absolutely zero amount of that money to help the bisexual community accomplish its goals. Would that group be considered a bisexual ally? Well, by those parameters, I would say absolutely hell no. And I would say that they're actually a part of the problem. They're exploiting the bisexual community for all the resources and not giving anything back. And remember, it is not wrong to expect selfless behavior from your allies. Who would we be if we didn't think we were worthy enough to expect selfless behavior, although we are expected to give selfless behavior to other groups? I wouldn't say that would say very much good things about us. But let's look at another example. Let's say that you have a loved one and you come out to them and you say, you know, I'm bisexual, and they say, I will love you no matter what, but I don't believe that bisexuality exists. Is this person considered an ally? Are they willing to help the bisexual community to accomplish its goals? No. You might still want to consider them a friend. You might even want to still consider them your mother, but this person is not a bisexual ally. Let's use another example. Let's say that there is a person out there and you say to them, you know, we have an event where we can get together as bisexuals and gain psychological strength from it. And they say to you, I believe that bisexuals exist, but I am not willing to allow you to have a space to gather yourself and figure out who you are and to become stronger because of it. No, I'm not willing to do that. Is that person considered a bisexual ally? I would argue that they are not, but that's just my opinion. It might not surprise you to know that I have had a couple of bisexual friends say to me, Alex, the bisexual community needs allies. You have to allow people to be allies. I say to them, you're absolutely 100% right. The bisexual community needs allies. We need allies. We need people who are willing to work selflessly to help us accomplish our goals like we help other people accomplish their goals. There's nothing wrong with demanding that from the people that we consider to be allies. And I would say that perhaps bisexuals should be a little bit more discriminating in the people they call allies, because there are some people out there that call themselves allies and think of themselves as allies, and they're not our friends. And I think it's completely reasonable if you're going in there with a plan of saying, hey, we're going to treat these people as if they were allies until they become allies. I think that's very reasonable, and I think that's very smart. But internally, let's not fool ourselves at who our allies are and who they aren't. Expect selflessness from people who consider themselves your ally. That's my opinion. What do you think? Do you think that anyone should be considered an ally? Do you think that what I've said is correct? Please let me know in the comments section below. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, because it always makes me feel good when I know that other people have liked what I've said. And I have a YouTube channel where I do bisexual videos on a kind of regular basis. And subscribe, because you never know when a topic might help you in some way. Anyway, that's it. Stay cooler, my bisexual friend. Stay cooler. Bye.